Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Lauren Sizzle, and you are tuned in to one of the hottest talk shows in the nation, We Talk Weekly's After the Talk. Make sure you tune in each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m., and you can listen anywhere. Just download the TuneIn Radio app. Look for WPPM 106.5 FM on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I got some good news for you. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow We Talk Weekly's After the Talk podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and Spreaker. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out all of our amazing shows and event coverage. And follow We Talk Weekly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And most importantly, keep it locked.
Woo! What's up, y'all? This your boy. There we go. What's up, y'all? This your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
and the beautiful Classy Lady. Here we go again with Classy Lady. Hey, Spark, you know what you're going to have to do, Spark? You're going to have to go. You're going to have to make sure that you're on 3.
All right, 3? Not okay. All right, hold on. Is that 3?
There we go.
There we go.
There
all right,
you go.
Cool. All right.
So you got to make sure you on 3 when you get on this. All right. So, you know, it's
Now
one
y'all
of those.
heard that. He said 3.
On 3.
All right.
You on 3. So you get it.
I got it.
You got it.
Yes.
Good. You know, it's your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
and the beautiful.
Classy Lady Sparkle.
Before we get into anything, and we got some dynamic guests today. We got a lot of things that's going down today, right? And so, before I get into anything else, I have to know how the beautiful ladies of We Talk Weekly day was. So, Lauren says, well, tell me how your day was. Tell it.
Oh man, it seemed yesterday and today just seemed like one whole day. Like it just seemed like one whole day that's just never ended. Like it wasn't terribly bad, but it was just a nuisance. I'll just put it like that. You know, it is what it is. You know, I've been having some good Tuesdays, so I guess it's my time. It's my time. Yeah, how was your day, Spark?
I had a good day. It was cool. The weather was warm. I sat in the sun. I ate, in the food court at the Comcast building. Nice. I had a good day.
She keep talking about this food court.
Yes, I had a nice size hoagie and some sushi mixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
All right.
Yeah, I'm complex like that.
How was your day, Lady S.
Very, very busy. So
It was busy?
So this is actually like I was looking. Oh, there I go. Oh. My day was very busy. So I'm happy to be here. This is kind of like my woosah hour.
Exactly. Where you can just unwind.
Absolutely.
Yes. So we got a dynamic show coming up, right?
We got a dynamic show. I mean, it's just one of those things, man. You know, I'm super excited about what's going down today. And so before we go into anything, why don't you give me, you want to go into good news and bad news?
Let's slide in.
Yeah, let's go into good news
ahead.
and bad news. Holla at me, man.
All right. In some good news, boundaries are being broken. 19-year-old Muslim supermodel Halima Aden has made history by becoming the first model to wear a hijab and a burkini in the Sports Illustrated issue. Aden, who is Somalian American, grew up in Kenya's Kikuyu refugee camp before moving to the U.S. at the age of 7 with her family. Halima Aden is featured in Sports Illustrated annual swimsuit issue, which covers the entire body except the face, hands, and feet. For those who don't know, a hijab is a head covering worn in public by some Muslim women, and a burkini is like a modest swimsuit for women. Aden says that there are so many Muslim women that feel like they don't fit society's standard of beauty. She told CNN, I just wanted to tell them it's okay to be different because being different is beautiful. Her magazine issue comes out on May 9th, so y'all need to look at that.
Wow, that's awesome. I did happen to see that on Instagram. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I heard him talking about it this morning on my way into work. So I'll pull my phone out and say, let me see this.
Yes.
Breaking
Awesome.
boundaries.
Yes.
I mean, when your whole body is covered and it's considered a swimsuit issue,
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
major.
And she was
because
still.
they said bikini. That's why I was like, I need to see this.
Right.
I'm like, but it's not a
It's a burkini.
what is it called?
Burkini.
A burkini.
Yes, it's almost like a cat suit.
I was about to say it looks like
Like
a
a
scuba
swimsuit.
dive.
Yeah,
a scuba
a wetsuit.
diving wetsuit. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, but they have like almost like another piece of cloth so you don't see like the curves.
Over it,
and-
yeah.
Right,
Yeah, so
right.
that's pretty cool. All right, so here goes some bad news, you guys. Measles continue to spread in the U.S., surpassing 700 cases this year. Measles is one of the most contagious viruses known, and the disease is spread through spit and mucus. The good news is that the measles vaccine is available. It's part of the MMR vaccine, and it's safe and effective. Here in Philly, more than 100 confirmed cases of mumps have been diagnosed at Temple University. A person who has received a single dose of the MMR vaccine has about 78% chance of not contracting mumps. And if they get a second dose, they have an 88% chance of prevention. New York City has an epicenter of the outbreak. City officials closed 2 more schools in the Orthodox Jewish community. In California, hundreds of students and staff members at 2 universities remained under quarantine following possible exposure to the virus. Now, with the measles spreading globally, officials at the Center for Disease Control and Preventage have urged Americans traveling abroad to make sure that they are immunized against the disease. Some researchers are attributing the breakout to so-called anti-vaxxers or parents who refuse to vaccinate their children. I don't know what happened, but we were not... we didn't have this many cases when I was younger.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they
just
were
crazy now.
you were mandated to get the vaccine.
Yes.
And now they're telling you religious wise or if you're
that you're-
homeschooled, you don't have to get
You
it.
don't have to get it.
And now you got people, this causes a lot of other symptoms, meningitis, flu. So y'all need to go and get y'all vaccinations.
Yes.
That's all I know.
Yes, yes.
People internationally need to stop bringing it over here.
Yes.
Get vaccinated before you come over.
Exactly. Yes, yes.
So that's your good news and bad news.
No doubt. That's your good news and bad news, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful.
Lauren Sizzle.
And the beautiful.
Classy Lady Sparkle.
Man, listen. We got the sizzle coming up after this break. Because we got here a little music. Lady, I got some music for me, right?
Oh, wait.
And then after that, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something. I've been waiting for this dynamic interview that a good friend of mine, reached out and was like, yo, I got to bring my folks together. I got to bring my folks up there, too. We Talk Weekly on 106.5 FM.
Yes.
I said, all right, Antoine, I got you. And so because of that, that's my mans in them. I wanted to make sure that we got them in there. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this. This is WPPMLP 106.5 FM. Your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful.
Lauren
and the
Sizzle.
beautiful.
Classy Lady
Lady, I
Sparkle.
stop. What we got coming up next?
P&B Rock featuring Little Skies. I Like Girls.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Lauren Sizzle, and you are tuned in to one of the hottest talk shows in the nation, We Talk Weekly's After the Talk. Make sure you tune in each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m., and you can listen anywhere. Just download the TuneIn Radio app. Look for WPPM 106.5 FM on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I got some good news for you. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow We Talk Weekly's After the Talk podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and Spreaker. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out all of our amazing shows and event coverage. And follow We Talk Weekly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And most importantly, keep it locked.
Woo! What's up, y'all? This your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful.
Lauren Sizzle.
And the beautiful. Classy Lady Sparkle was in the building.
Can I just say something? Okay, so that song that was just playing, I Like Girls, featuring P&B Rock. Shout out to P&B Rock, featuring Little Skies. So
No doubt.
I was singing that to my son, but of course I had to switch the words up. I'm like, I like guys. I like guys who like girls.
I like guys who like girls. Yeah, something
No
wrong with
shade
that. I don't
against
know what's
anybody
going on
else,
with that.
but of course I want a guy to like me.
Right. I would
funny.
hope that a guy should like you without liking guys, unless you. If you was, there you go. There you go. Maybe it's just one of those things, man.
Yeah, well.
Wow. But there you go. It's one of those things, man. Are you ready for the sizzle?
I'm ready for the sizzle.
We ready for that sizzle?
All right, make sure you give me the sizzle. Give it to me early.
So, sorry, I'm transitioning. Okay, so of course we got to give a rest in peace to 51-year-old Oscar-nominated director, filmmaker, screener John Singleton, who passed away yesterday.
Yeah,
so
rest
sad.
in peace to him.
So sad. Yes, rest in peace to him.
Right.
And he struggled with hypertension, and he suffered a massive stroke back on April 17th. So John leaves behind his 7 children, and according to NBC News, John Singleton's family, this is very important, his family is urging African American men to get their blood pressure checked.
I know that's right.
Okay, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, African American men are at the greatest risk of having a stroke in the U.S. and far more likely to have a stroke at a younger age.
Wow.
Yes, and some of the reasons include higher rates of obesity and diabetes. Researchers have also found that there may be a gene that makes African Americans more salt sensitive. So I'm encouraging, I'm encouraging women that have an African American man or male in their life to push their husbands, their boyfriends, your dads, your sons, your brothers, your uncles, cousins, nephews. Right. Push them to get their blood pressure checked. Mm-hmm. You can go to Rite Aid, CVS, put your arm in the cuff,
on something. Huh?
Yes, and get it checked. Yes, it's so important. Wow. Rapper Soulja Boy, he was sentenced today on a probation violation. And TMZ reports that he was smacked with a sentence of 240 days in jail and to make up the 265 days of community service that he was originally court ordered to do, which he was taken. This is why he was taken into custody, because he was originally court ordered to do his 265 days of community service, and he did not do that. And he submitted bogus paperwork stating that he completed the community service. So the judge was originally considering sentencing Soulja Boy to 2 years, but he only sentenced him to 240 days in jail, and he credited him 40 days time served.
Right.
Yeah, so he has to do his time, and then when he gets back out, he still got to do that community service.
I do that. Well, community service is always good, so I'm not too pressed about that.
Yeah.
Do your community service,
Exactly.
No doubt.
Yeah. And finally, the Celebrity Sizzle Award of the week goes to NBA star Dwyane Wade and his wife, actress Gabrielle Union. Yes, they came to the aid of a mother of a 15-year-old Nigel Shelby who committed suicide after being bullied for being gay.
Wow.
So Gabrielle and D. Wade, they joined a group of celebs, including Ludacris and Janelle Monáe, who have already made donations to cover the cost of the funeral, getting a tombstone, and support Nigel's mother, Kamika. So, I just want to put this out there. Bullying is not okay on any levels, all right? Bullying. Leave people alone about their preferences, their race. Even people want to bully somebody because they're not as social or things like that in school. It's just leave people alone. Let people be who they want to be. Right. Yes, and if you know somebody that's contemplating suicide, please try to get them help or have them call the suicide prevention hotline. Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
No doubt.
So I'm your girl, Lauren Sizzle. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was gonna say no doubt that. No, I was just gonna say I'm glad that you put that out there. I mean, do you have a number for them? Or? We can put it. We'll make sure that we put it up.
It's a 1-800 number.
Yeah. And so what we'll do is, for all of our listeners and the potential viewers that's watching, also is make sure that on our YouTube channel, once we put this on the podcast, Apple Podcasts, right?
Yeah,
we'll make sure go ahead.
It's 1-800.
Oh, there we go. Shh. Yes,
273-8255, and you can call 24 hours every day.
Give it one more time.
Every day. 1-800-273-8255.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Well, was that the sizzle?
And that was the sizzle.
And that was the sizzle, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Charles Gregory, the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle,
and the beautiful Classy Lady Sparkle. She kind of
Sparkle.
All right, there we go. There you go. So, lady, that's what we got coming up next.
Coming up right now, we got Hustle Hard.
Hustle real hard. Hustle. We'll be right back, y'all, after this. Hello.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl Lauren Sizzle, and you are tuned in to one of the hottest talk shows in the nation. We Talk Weekly's After the Talk. Make sure you tune in each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and you can listen anywhere. Just download the TuneIn Radio app. Look for WPPM 106.5 FM on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I got some good news for you. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow We Talk Weekly's After the Talk podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and Spreaker. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out all of our amazing shows and event coverage. And follow We Talk Weekly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And most importantly, keep it locked.
With the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
and the beautiful and Classy
Sparkle.
Lady Sparkle is in the building, man. We got a couple, not even a couple, we got some special guests in the building tonight, man. Some black girl magic. That's what I like.
Yes, absolutely.
When the black girl magic come in, because you know it's
Absolutely.
one of those things, especially as a gentleman, right? It's very important for us to show these sisters that they on the same playing field that we are. We are equal here, man. So we got to get them those voices because we've been in the lead for a minute. So we got to bring them up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's real. That's real talk. You know what I mean? So shout out to the ladies. Shout out to everybody who's, especially the ones that's in media. They've been holding it down lately, man.
Yeah.
Shout
We
out
like
to
to
them.
give a platform for our own.
There you go.
know what I
There you
mean?
go.
'Cause
Say that one more again.
For our own.
For our own.
Yes. Yes.
If you don't
yes.
understand that, you better learn, man.
Yes.
But it's your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
and the beautiful.
Classy Lady Sparkle.
So we got special guests in the building tonight, and you know that the special guests, you know, when we do the interviews, this is my favorite segment of the show. And why is it my favorite segment of the show? Is because I get to talk to the good old folks, the good old people. So before I get into all the questions that I have, Lauren Sizzle, who do we have today?
So we have the beautiful Miss Nikki Fortune. She is a first-time author and beauty entrepreneur with more than 20 years of experience in business development, brand management, and merchandising. She founded her sales and marketing company, Marketing Excellence, in 2011. In addition to being a licensed cosmetologist and master instructor, she is a sales and marketing executive and leader of a 30-person team throughout the United States. In 2015, she founded Runway Lashes Cosmetic and Beauty Spa and Salon Studios in Long Island. Both Runway Lashes and Salon Studios bring affordable luxury beauty services to the community. She is also a 2016 graduate of the MBE program at Tuck School of Business at Dartmouth College. She currently resides in Long Island, New York with her 2 daughters and grandson. And Hustle the Musical. Yes, Hustle is a provocative tale of a family raised in Hustle, Virginia. It's a small town full of dirt roads, fast-talking men, and people going nowhere fast. Told through the lens of Hamilton and Clara, Hustle is the unfolding of a lifetime of childhood dreams built on the shoulders of a generation. Welcome to the show.
Wow. Thank you guys.
Yes, that's why we had to play that Hustle hard.
Yes.
Yes.
That's right. We hustling, man.
Yes.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely appreciate you being here, my sister. So check this out. Before we go into the hustle, right? You gotta say the hustle.
You guys
Yes,
hustle.
you have to.
Go ahead, Sparkle. Go ahead.
One more time.
Hustle. Hustle.
You gotta get it from a diaphragm, man. It's all good. And so before we get into that, you know, the funny thing is that she was reading your bio, right? It's a lot of, you know, questions that just came to mind. The one thing that stood out for me is when she talked about the lashes, you kind of like batted your eyes. You were like,
Yes.
You know, that was funny. So let's talk about your entrepreneurism.
Oh gosh, it's so extensive. I do so many things. A lot of beauty related. Started in the beauty industry like 20 years ago, and you mentioned the eyelashes. So I did at the height of the eyelash craze in our community. I started as a trainer for a very popular company called Nova Lash, and they were the leading eyelash company. we were losing our eyelashes at a high rate because we were wearing clusters, and they were putting the clusters on with all type of, glues that weren't made for eyelash extensions.
Oh,
so,
you mean like the extensions that look like you flying?
or I call them the snuffleupagus. Yeah, snuffleupagus lashes.
Wow.
And so,
Street ladies, you don't get it, no doubt.
So, I wanted to bring something to the community that was efficacious and affordable, but, we want to wear enhancements, but when you want to wear your natural, lashes and hair, it should be in a healthy state for you to be able to do so. So that was important for me.
Fantastic. Now, as we kind of go up the ladder of initiatives and the movements and things that you're doing, right? So, talk about your entrepreneurship. Let's talk a little bit about, what got you into entertainment,
well,
theater, all of that.
My aunt, I'm born in Philadelphia, raised over in South Jersey.
Shout out to the
Yes. And so my family, they hustled from Virginia to Philadelphia in search for better lives for our family. And I had an aunt. She passed away last year. She was 94 years old. Wow. And she still lived over in West Philly. She lived alone. She was financially independent, and she was the matriarch of our family. And I thought that, her story was just a beautiful story of most of our, families have this story where they've been resilient and they've, come from different places and they migrate to certain cities to make better lives, and they do just that. And so I thought her story was dope. And one day I was like, I'm going to write a book about you. And she was like, really? And I was like, yeah, so it was, you sit over in the corner and you hear all the stories that the people, that your family tell, and, you be quiet so they don't kick you out the room. And so it was just me kind of using my imagination to bring what it could have looked like for a family to migrate from, another place to a big city. So that's where it started. And I was fortunate to have my girlfriend from high school. Her name is Desi P. Shelton. She's a librettist and a writer. So she wrote, when I wrote the book, she was like, can I have the rights to the musical? But she's been doing this for over 20 years. And I was like, absolutely. And her partner is Jamal P. Dickerson. And when I tell you, his music is all original compositions, and they are fire. Wow. So that's how that whole trek started.
Want to jump in?
Oh, well, I was just. No. I'm sorry, my mind is thinking. I'm already picturing when people talk. I'm like imagining everything they're saying, and so
right.
Imagining everything.
Let's keep these steps going, right? So now we're in your entertainment piece, and you're creating a musical, or it's already done.
It's already done,
right? But in your creation stage, right? What was going through your mind in terms of where the direction should actually go?
When for me, it was more about the writing of the book, and it was. I tell people, it's fiction based on fact, and so we don't tell what the fiction parts is versus the facts. So, it was an opportunity for me to really to touch on a lot of issues that impact our community, alcoholism, same-sex marriage, and, just things that, molestation. So things that impact our community that sometimes aren't talked about. So for me, it was about being able to tell that story, but tell it in a way that was, it was wholesome, you know what I mean? And it wasn't, and it was relatable. It was something that everybody in this room can relate to, because we all have families, and our families, no matter how different we are, we're still the same. And so a lot of the same things that impact your family impacted our family. So I wanted to just bring that to the forefront. And with the musical, it just brings it to life. And I owe all that to Desi and Jamal and the cast, because they are a godsend, and I'm telling you, they are working hard to really, highlight the people of Philadelphia and the talent that's here. Sometimes we're considered a secondary market, and we know that we really are fly, and so we want to highlight that and highlight the people from the community and create something that we can all be proud of.
Fantastic. So before I get into the hustle and the musical, as it relates to Philadelphia and you creating that kind of Broadway-esque feel, right, into Philadelphia. Our dear producer, Lady S. does a lot of production within the realm of theater, and it means a lot to me only because something that we hear, we push the arts, right, which unfortunately, they're taking a lot of that out of the schools.
Yes.
Art is that bridge through all of the scope of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, right? And what we say is we bring the arts to that whole scope, right? So we built this kind of nonprofit called Project STEAM, right? And so to hear that it's people that's very specific in the arts and building that means a lot to me, because we need more of that stuff.
Yes.
When you think of Broadway, you don't necessarily think of people who look like us.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And so it's important, and I get excited when I see people like yourself come in and talk about some of the projects that they're doing as it relates to that.
Yeah.
Right? So let's jump right into the hustle. We have, unfortunately, they said that I guess it went out. They can't hear us. Okay, we'll see. So in any event, let's keep this thing going, right? We're just gonna cross our fingers, hope everything is cool.
Absolutely.
and so let's talk a little bit about the hustle, right? And the cast. It look like you have some of the cast here, and some beautiful voices out here. So we hopefully want to get them all on and make sure they sound all fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about that process and when selecting a cast, and actually after you went through the process of creating, when you finally got that masterpiece together, kind of fulfilling that dream, so to speak.
Yeah, and it's just that it's a process, My thing is always I ask God in any of my businesses, send your people, send the people that you want me to, empower, hire, all that kind of stuff. And it was the same goal here, God, send your people. And we were blessed to have some serious talent show up. And, I can't say enough about their dedication. They go above and beyond the call of duty, the call of contracts, and all that kind of stuff. They are committed to the process. They are committed to the hustle. We call it hustle the movement. They're committed to that movement, and because they're so committed, I'm committed to them as the EP to, do everything that I could possibly do to get them the exposure that I think that they deserve, and create a platform that everybody can spring from. That's really what it's about, creating that situation so that, they can go on to the next project and hopefully be discovered here. I look at this, like you say, it's not a lot of us that aspire to do Broadway. Absolutely. Not us. We know we're going to Broadway. That is the ultimate goal. Why not us?
One of the challenges that I also hear as it relates to us producing and going into theater and TV is finances and support. Like, look, expanded those eyelashes.
Yes, right? Yes, and yes.
Let's talk a little bit about that process. How challenging or difficult was it for you to kind of generate that finance, that backing?
Thank God that I am in position to be the EP, right? It is a major sacrifice. I have had some help. I've had some supporters come on and some sponsors come on. Cantu is one of our sponsors. I'm in the hair care business, and so I'm reaching out to my my colleagues and things like that in the hair care business to come on and support. We're just waiting for the approval to be able to say we have a title sponsor, but just want to make sure that we get their permission before we announce them, because they're a pretty big platform. But it is about what you believe in, and do you believe in Louboutins and Chanel, or do you believe in putting on a all-black produced Broadway production? And so for me, it is more so about that, the residuals from that and the lives that you're impacting by investing your money there. Don't get me wrong, it is a sacrifice. It is a sacrifice. But I tell them, when I see them and I see how hard they're working, it is the best money that I have invested, in the lash business and all that kind of stuff. I actually, I need to update my bio, because we closed the lash business back in September, because we're moving from New York to Atlanta over the summer. But they are the best investment that I have made in many, many years, and I'm very, very proud of them and the work that they're doing.
Fantastic. So I want to jump right into, before we give the opportunity for the beautiful faces that you brought in,
Yes.
right? That's your cast, correct?
These are the lead of the cast. We have I call them by their cast names. So we have Hamilton, we have Clara, and we have Mama with us today.
Fantastic. So before we have Hamilton, Clara, and who was it?
Mama.
Mama. How can I forget Mama? That's the most important thing. Who is Boys and Men Mama?
Yes.
Mama's important. I'm going to tell you that. I love my mama. I'm going to tell you. So before we get into that, right, let's talk a little bit about, because I want people to understand where the name of the actual musical came from and how it was inspired by that.
Hustle is a real place in Virginia. You can Google it. And it never dawned on me, like, growing up. Like, they'd be like, okay, we're going over to Hustle. And that was just Hustle, you know what I mean? And then when I was writing the book, I was like, well, you know, what am I going to title it? And I was like, Hustle. That just, it makes sense, you know? And it also pays homage to where they're from. And, you know, now today it has so much more meaning behind it. And so it, to me, now when I look back, you know, where you come from says something about who you are, you know? And so I think that them being from Hustle, you know, it was a driving factor for them to come to Philadelphia and just to do more and to have more and to want more. And they all did well. All of the sisters did well. You know, they went through some struggles, but ultimately they ended up all doing, you know, being successful, good jobs, you know, homes, married, all that kind of stuff. And you just never know. You know, you can start off in a tumultuous situation and, you know, end up in bliss.
Yeah, they left Hustle, but the hustle didn't stop.
There you go. You know that saying they say that you can take the hustle out, the girl out of the city, but you can't take the city out the girl. You know, so it's kind of like that.
Exactly.
You know, we in the hood, we say you can take the
you know it. You know it.
out the ninja.
You know.
You can't take the ninja.
You already know. You already know. I was trying to be politically correct.
See, I'm a product of my environment. I'm not just keeping everything. All right, so let's check this out. So let all the beautiful, let's get into them, right?
Yes.
So first of all, let's talk. I want to start with Mama. How you, Mama?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Let me see, because I can't hear you. What mic are you on?
It looks like number 2.
There we go. So let's talk a little bit about you and how does it feel? We got about 10 minutes left because I want to get the opportunity to hear those beautiful voices. But just real quickly, just talk a little bit about one, who you are and how does it feel to be on such a dynamic musical?
Well, my name is Shayna Bradley. It's not Mama. But everybody affectionately refers to me as Mama in the cast, all the director, the MD, all the cast members. So, you know, you just kind of flow with it. And, well, I have a kind of eclectic background. I have a theater background through college and high school, and I have a bachelor's in engineering and master's in business administration. So I kind of wanted to make sure that all my bases were covered.
Yes.
Trying to make sure all my bases were covered. I was never really interested in being a starving artist, but I wanted to be an artist. So I'm so very glad for the opportunity that was presented when this audition came up, because it took me out of the normal circle that I was in for I did a theatrical production maybe every year, but I found myself in that same kind of pigeonhole type of, you know, either role or type of production, you know, that kind of, we're going to act and then sing a little. And I hadn't really had the opportunity to do a legit musical in a few years. So I said, oh, well, I'm going to try this and hopefully I get the part. And I did. And I'm glad. It's allowed me to grow a lot in ways that I didn't know that I could grow. And it's opened me up to be able to meet a lot of people that I never would have met. And I'm so grateful that we have people like Dawn to help us through the process. She's so supportive of everything that we do. And, you know, a lot of times you do get into these productions and you get into these artistic events, and there is no support. You know, they want you to give all of your effort. They want you to come to rehearsal 4 and 5 and 6 times a week. They want you to do 2 and 3 performances, but there's no compensation. There's no ever, other than the performance itself, there's no reward for it at the end. So I'm grateful that there's some, not just financial support, but she's a great emotional support. We have great support in our cast members. I didn't know any of these people before I got casted for this part, but I think we've all built some relationships that will be lifelong and help us grow as individuals and as artists. So I'm really so very glad for that opportunity.
Awesome. Now I'm gonna come to the gentleman real quick, sir.
Hey.
How don't you introduce yourself and talk a little bit about your experience real quick?
Sure. My name is David Live Watkins. Some of you may know me as David Live with a Y, not an I. So I am a theater head graduate from the awesome North Carolina A&T State University, Aggie Pride, with the awesome Miss Day. Rest in peace, Miss Day. So yeah, I came onto the project. I played Papa and Hamilton and a host of ensemble things. So the process is great. I'm more in love with the story. So bringing these characters to life, and I think I have an advantage because I'm actually from Virginia. So Richmond, Virginia to be exact. So I've been around the hustle. My grandmother, she's from Southampton County, so you kind of know the country vibe, right? So I've been in the sticks and know all about the shacks and the moonshine parties and all that stuff. Don't do none, but I've been around it. So just to see the stories come to life and to see a lot of the stories that we don't talk about as far as rape and as far as, finding somewhere else to go to flourish, and then people hating on your progress. And then you come home and you see your own people and they're like, I miss you, but I really don't because you left and you're doing something that I'm not. So all of those subjects we're discussing in this one production, and it's a lot. So if you're a viewer coming to see it, you're going to get a lot of food, and there's going to be a lot of discussion after the fact. Like, that happened to me, or that happened to my aunt, or that's happening to us now. And it's great to see, especially in theater, because it's right there in your face. It's live, it's direct, you feel the emotion and the grit. And the songs help to just guide you as a viewer to that place. So I feel like if you're going to see it, you're going to need your tissues. You're going to need, don't wear anything nice because you're going to sweat through it because we're going to be doing a lot of dancing. You're going to be involved. So I'm just really, really thankful to be a part of such a process that tells a lot of stories inside of one. Because some productions just, you kind of train ride through one thing. But this has 4 and 5 and 6 different destinations. You're going to fall in love with 6 or 7 different characters, and then it's going to hit you with the ultimate climax, which I'm not going to give away.
Fantastic. All right, my sister, because we're running out of time, so I got to get to you. I wanted to make sure I got your beautiful face right in there. So why don't you say a little bit about yourself real quick, because I want to hear the voices at this
Okay,
point.
I'll keep it cute.
There you go.
All right, I'm Alana Taylor, and I'm playing Clara, who's Miss Nikki's aunt that she mentioned earlier. I've performed my whole life. I've competed, trained. I went to school for performing. I went to Columbia up in Chicago and graduated with my BA in musical theater. Musical theater is my thing. Anywho, this show is incredible. It came to me kind of like, you know what it takes to make a coincidence happen? There's no such thing. God has to orchestrate so much, people, timing, and all these kind of things. And so for me, this project is life. It's life. It's therapeutic. There's so much, like he said, there's so much emotions. There's a story that you can identify with multiple characters with. So performing it is therapeutic every day. I feel I can come in feeling one way and leave feeling another. And then to get feedback and knowing the way that it's going to affect the audience is really what propels me to drive it and just to give even more, because it's not only helping, it's ministry. And that's what our director told us. It's not only helping us as an entertainer, it's helping the audience. And so we're giving to each other. That's what the audience does. We give to you, and we receive from you the energy. And so we just hope and we pray and we know that it's a God send. It's destined, that this is going to be an incredible, impeccable production.
Yeah.
We hope. All right, let's go. Let's
So
go.
check this out, right? So we're going to work together real quick, right? Because unfortunately, I can't monitor any sound.
No
right,
worries.
So y'all got to just know y'all voices.
We'll work it out.
We'll work it out.
There you go, because I already know. So it's on y'all.
Okay.
Yeah.
They got on trains, buses, and automobiles, leaving the South behind for a sweeter feel, racing to a new deal. Had one motive, to hurry and flee from low wages and being raped or being hung by a tree.
Run away, find a way, move away, hurry along, hustle.
Hustling isn't always about getting over on folk. It can be about move quick, fast, being ready to go. It can be about hard work, never giving up. Hold on. It's a fight and burning desire to be the best, to be above the rest. Hustle. You can be in a hustle and don't even know. One day will be mine.
It's a fight and burning desire to be the best.
Day.
Hercules.
I hear a soundtrack.
Hustle. I know that's right. We're going to have to put that in our intro or something. Hustle. I know that's right. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. I want y'all just give me y'all Instagrams and how they can find you guys real quick.
Well, you can find me at David Live on everything. That's Live with a Y, not an I.
I am at Bradley Girl for Life on everything. Yep. Instagram and Facebook.
I'm _ Alana Taylor, ALANNA Taylor _
And you can follow us at Hustle the Novel. We also have free ticket giveaways. We're giving away.
We'll make sure. You know what we'll do? We'll do like a special giveaway.
Yeah.
On things, right? We'll do it like on our channel.
How about this? We'll give it to you guys
There you go.
to
We'll
come
make
hang
sure-
out
we'll
with
make
us
sure
on
we-
Mother's Day.
There you go.
There we go.
We love you. We love our people. Why don't you give us like your Instagram and all that old little stuff?
Hustle the Novel. No, I'm sorry. Hustle the Musical. Hustle the Musical.
And on all platforms?
Yes.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you know what we got? You know this what I'm gonna do, because I usually do like a special little question, but I got like about 2 more minutes, right? So because
I want to know,
go ahead.
what are you hoping to have come out of the musical, because you know how it's gonna be packed with so much. So what are you expecting people to get from it?
Well, I just want to tell you the dates. So we're
Yes.
doing, with May
Yes.
12th, we're doing a show for Mother's Day. It is a free show. So we're giving away 500 tickets to the community so that they can come out and see what we are planning.
Wow.
And then we will be back June 15th through the 21st at the Seaport Theater Museum. So that's June 15th through the 21st at the Seaport Theater Museum. And reach out to me at Hustle the Musical. So if you're looking for some tickets for our performance on May 12th.
Fantastic. That's dope. All right, so like I said, I got about 2 more minutes. So this is my special question. This is something that I normally ask, like, people, kind of, it's all good. Don't get scared.
I'm not scared.
So I always ask this question. I say, what's the one thing that no one else knows about you, even the cast, right? Even you said you got a daughter, you got a granddaughter.
I have 2 grandchildren. Yes.
What most people
might not know is that my face is on the packaging of the olive oil relaxer kit, which is like the number one relaxer on the box. So most people don't know that.
Yes. That's awesome.
And that I do sales and marketing for Shea Moisture, for the Shea Moisture brand.
Wow.
So, yes.
No doubt. So it's one of those things. So I just like to, just say thank you to everybody who came out today, everybody who's watching, everyone because we're all over the place and we've been getting a lot of love, man. So I just want to shout everybody else out, man. And I just want to tell the sisters, man, the brothers are looking and they're paying attention and we love y'all, man. Y'all just Keep going, and we got you. We want to support you. That's facts.
We thank you. We thank you sincerely for having us on, and we don't take that lightly. So thank you so much for allowing us to come on and be a part of your platform.
Oh, absolutely. Shout out to Antoine, too.
Shout out to Antoine. Yes.
That's my guy.
He owed me a lot of favors. So, it's all good. And, so we got some music. Can you give me some music? So who's got Lawrence Sizzle since we got some music from... There we go. So check this out. We Talk Weekly After the Talk podcast is on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Can you turn it down just a little bit on there? Woo! There we go. Check this out. We Talk Weekly After the Talk podcast is on iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker. Make sure you follow us on podcasts, and make sure you follow us, binge listen to our shows. Like and follow us on We Talk Weekly YouTube channel and Facebook. Download the little TuneIn app. Look for WPPM on P106.5 FM on Tuesday, 7 p.m. on We Talk Weekly's After the Talk. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at We Talk Weekly, at Charles Gregory, at Lauren_Sizzle, at Sparkle. Price is one. Subscribe to our We Talk YouTube channel. And if you're in Philly, catch us on Monday night, 9:30, Comcast 66, Verizon 5 on 29:30. We Talk Weekly is now available on Higher Than 7 TV. Go to higherthan7.com, subscribe, and look for who?
We Talk Weekly.
Y'all look for We Talk Weekly. Now, check this out. Shout out to Afro Philly MBG Network. New York Network, We Talk Weekly is now syndicated. You can find us in Atlanta, Birmingham, Chicago, Delaware, Houston, Jacksonville, Los Angeles, Miami, Newark, New Jersey, Philly, and all across the nation. Who do you look for?
We Talk Weekly.
Woo! Gosh, man, that's a tongue twister every time, man. I couldn't even see on that thing. That's all good. But we love y'all, ladies and gentlemen. We thank y'all for coming out. We're going to make sure that we tell everybody about the hustle.
Yes, thank you.
We do our lives. We do our Instagram. We got almost 20,000 followers on Instagram. Almost. We almost there. All right? Yeah, so check this out. We're going to keep promoting, keep sponsoring, keep doing everything we want. And if you want us to come out, we'll come out with the cameras and everything, do what we do on the red carpet and do all that good old stuff. And you know, we got actresses right here. They do that. So anytime you cast, make sure you holler at them.
Absolutely.
The Sizzle and Sparkle, classy lady in the building. Lady S. is the producer. She hold us down, so you already know what that. This your boy Charles Gregory with the beautiful
Lauren Sizzle.
And the beautiful
Classy Lady Sparkle.
And unfortunately, we gotta go, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back after this. Holla.
Peace.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your girl, Lauren Sizzle, and you are tuned into one of the hottest talk shows in the nation, We Talk Weekly's After the Talk. Make sure you tune in each and every Tuesday at 7 p.m., and you can listen anywhere. Just download the TuneIn Radio app. Look for WPPM 106.5 FM on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. And I got some good news for you. You want to binge listen to our shows? Follow We Talk Weekly's After the Talk podcast on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Spotify, and Spreaker. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out all of our amazing shows and event coverage. And follow We Talk Weekly on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And most importantly, keep it locked.